this seems like a bit of a catastrophe. I don't know if you watched the halftime show.
I did.
Or what was your
I mean, I mainly didn't.
taste?
I don't speak fluent Spanish. I only speak construction Spanish. I can say limp ladder and clean up and stuff like that. But so no one I knew and no one I watch it with enjoyed it from a sonic standpoint. The music kind of sucks. He kind of sucks, but it was visually interesting, like a Scorsese movie in Goodfellas when they're walking through the kitchen with one 15-minute unedited shot. Also, it's weird when they depict their culture as guys who sell tacos on the street. I didn't see any lawyers or doctors in that scenario. It's just a bunch of guys who sold fenced jewelry and horse meat tacos and some whores, so it was kind of stupid that way. No one I saw. Yeah,
they had an EBT sign.
They did.
Dingy, fluorescently written. They put that up. That's how accurate they wanted to be. And there was a mud orgy on the back of a truck. So that's cool.
Everybody I know just sort of watched it, sort of like you would watch. Look at. I don't know, sort of like Yoko Ono, where you just kind of go, I don't know what she's doing. Do you know what she's doing? No, I don't know what she's doing. I'll watch it. It's kind of interesting, but I don't know what's going on. But it's now, so we've completely departed from the halftime musical show to just sort of the halftime artistic installment or something, right? It's no longer a music show. So I mean, it's fine. I don't know what the end game is. I mean, imagine they're just trying to go. Here's what I think the NFL is doing, and I think I can circle back to what California is doing, which is all these illegals and homeless and the people who are trying to get everyone a driver's license so they can vote and blah, 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 is you and I go, well, you're kind of pissing off your constituency who pay all the taxes, want law and order or not. And they go, well, sorry, but we need the votes. So, if you said to the Democrats, look, would you prefer no homeless and no illegals? They'd probably go, yes. But would you prefer to lose the next election? Well, the answer would be no. And so then they would go as, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take the homeless and we'll take the illegals if we don't lose congressional seats. And that's the kind of weird deal with the devil they made. And now they have to bend themselves into pretzels talking about how voter ID is Jim Crow 2.0 and all this stuff, which makes them sound like idiots to us, but they have to do it because they painted themselves into that corner. I think if you said to the NFL, look, the NFL probably goes, look, we got all the white people we can handle already. We have captured that audience. Now we'd like to go brown and we'd like to go international. And then somebody said, well, it's going to piss off the guys watching the bug zappers and drinking the bug and the bud. It's going to piss off that crew if you go with all Spanish halftime show. They'd go, I get it. And I'd like to have the Up With People singers as much as the next guy, but we're going for the national audience, international audience. And they'd go, well, what about the blue-eyed guys with the bug zappers? And they'd go, well, they're not going anywhere anyway, so let's just extend it to the international audience. So I think that's what they're doing, because they have to know that nobody who was born here who watches their sport is in to whoever they've chosen for their halftime show, which is Bad Bunny. They know it. I don't think they care, just like politicians know homelessness and illegals are not good, but they don't care. They have a bigger picture.
Do you think that people will ever crash out on this? And I know that this is something that I was really excited to talk with you about. Hollywood is having really bad years, bad year after bad year, bad quarter after bad quarter. The box office this last October was the lowest box office for an October in your lifetime or mine, adjusted for inflation.
Wow. And
so things are becoming catastrophic, I think, based on the same principle, that they've just completely vandalized and attacked their customer base. They've created slop that nobody wants. And I just don't think, even if it is the NFL, I don't think that it can continue on forever. I think
Yeah.
that people will eventually, everything from the new kickoff rule to, this halftime performance, people will eventually, atrophy, and there'll be other alternatives, and they'll go to that. And I think Hollywood's learning this, of course, the hard way. And we thought they had, I got to tell you, dude, I must be like a sweet summer child, because I actually thought they were going to cut out with the woke bullshit. I really did. Until this Grammys rolled around, I thought that they had just like, all of their agents were just like, this is terrible for, who cares? We're not making money. So shut up. We're not making enough money. So stop pissing off everyone. Even if you do believe it, you don't have to scream, about the Tonka tribe.
Right.
You are literally swimming on like 1,400 of their skeletons of their ancestors, in your 500,000 gallon pool.
Yeah.
So, shut up, right, about your land acknowledgements. But I was wrong, bro. Adam, I was so wrong. I should have consulted your wisdom. I really did. I think the last Oscars was relatively woke, was very muted, right? I think everyone got the lecture to just shut up. Our industry is dying. And then lo and behold, this Grammys comes around, and I'm just, I guess I'm just asking, like, is the NFL, like, it cannot be insulated from these same principles, these same laws of gravity, that if you betray and attack your customers enough, that they will eventually leave.
Well, it's interesting because why people love the NFL, and you have to really think, and sports in general, and you have to really think about it, because you go, oh, they like seeing these guys run into each other high speed, or they gamble or whatever, but really sports and, the Olympics and the downhill and the whole thing, it's meritocracy. It's 100% meritocracy. When you watch I was watching like the men's downhill or whatever, and the guy wins by, thousandths of a second or whatever, and you don't go, oh, I bet his dad owns the team or something like that. You just go 100% meritocracy, right? I mean, it's like you go to the Winter Olympics and you look the luge or the downhill or whatever, and you go, where's the diversity? It's like, there's no good black guys for going downhill fast on skis. They don't have them. So they're all white guys. But believe you me, it's the fastest white guys. And if there was a black guy, it'd be the fastest black guy that there was in that country. You know what I mean? And we love the meritocracy. So you turn on the NFL games, and oftentimes in the Super Bowl, and possibly all 11 guys on the defensive side of the ball are black. It's like, the Baltimore Ravens or some team. It could be any team. If it wasn't all 11 guys were black, it was 10 or 9. And we're fine. All the white dudes I watched the Super Bowl with are completely 100% fine with the all black defensive thing and 70, whatever, because we know it's not rigged. We know it's a meritocracy. And we know there's no DEI hires one direction or another. And by the way, if there's a cornerback and he's Asian or Jewish, we're in, because they want to win, and they're putting the best players on the field. Once in a blue moon, you'll go, I don't even think that guy's that good, but we know the incentive of the coach is to try to win the game, and it's a meritocracy. And then you see the halftime show, and it doesn't look like a meritocracy. Who's this guy? I don't know any of his songs. Do you know any of his songs? Why is this guy playing the halftime of this show?
Point.
So now we go in the middle of this crazy meritocracy fest right to the middle part of it. It's like the two pieces of bread and the meritocracy sandwich are good, but the meat looks like a DEI hire. And it tastes weird to us now. And that's kind of what we're doing. Right in the middle of the meritocracy fest, there's a little piece of affirmative action that appears to be going on. And that's what kind of bumps us. And they used to, but the real attraction, you can't watch the Oscars anymore because you go, okay, so Sinners is the number one, and then the other is One Bad Thing at Battle After Another, whatever. Is this just political? Is Sinners really? I've talked to plenty of people who have seen Sinners. progressive guys who do this for a living, they're like, you don't have to see it. It's probably a 6.5. Really? Because it set the record for most Oscar nominations of any movie ever. And then we go, oh, that's because it's an all-black cast, right? Yes, the meritocracy of the Oscars is over and all the award shows, but it remains with the Super Bowl. And it remains with the Olympics and it remains, but they're chipping away at it. And someone needs to say to them, why are you put that hammer down? Stop chipping at this. The viewership for the Oscars and the viewership for the Super Bowl in 1980 were probably about the same. And now the Oscars gets, 7 million and the Super Bowl gets 100 million. That's the merit. They got rid of the meritocracy and they got rid of their eyeballs. And I don't know if they know it or not, but that's what happened. Thanks for tuning into the Adam Carolla Show. You can watch the full show on YouTube. Just search Adam Carolla Show and hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. You can also get the podcast wherever you like to listen. And for extra content, ad-free episodes, and more, you can head over to our Substack and sign up today.
Pluto TV has thousands of free movies and TV shows.
We're coming at you with everything we got!
This is the mindset.
Free.
This is the mantra.
Free.
This is the mindset.
With movies like Pineapple Express, the entire Star Trek film franchise, and Gladiator, and TV shows like Survivor, SpongeBob SquarePants, The Fairly Odd Parents, and Ghosts, Pluto TV is always free. Huzzah! Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
Yeah, get it on. Got to get it on a choice, but to get on mandate. You get it on. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for telling a friend. Comedian John Chris is back in the studio. He's got dates all over the place. Very funny stand-up. He's got dates coming up in El Paso, Tucson, and John Chris Comedy. It's CRIST comedy.com is where you go for all the live dates. Good to see you again, John.
Hey, get it on, brother. Honored to be back, bro.
Yeah, I got stuff to talk about.
That's what I was just asking you.
With you?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I sit around and think and then write stuff down on but little scratch, all different kinds of pieces of paper, and then I gather all the papers together like Howard Hughes.
Yeah, 'cause you're off on the weekend, so you go, what am I going to do? Oh, I got to talk about this. And then somebody says something, you go, I got to. And then it just jumbles around in your head for 48 hours. Well, it kind of depends, because now if I'm doing stand-up on the weekend, then I'll go up and talk about stuff I was thinking about. Oh, yeah. Like I was just got back from Utah, and before I went on stage, I saw all these clips of these ICE protesters handing out dildos because they're now protesting with dildos. That'll do it.
And there was like bags of dildos and they're handing them out. And then there's all this footage of them smacking with these dildos. Again, they're carrying around bags of dildos. And
that'll do it.
They're handing out all the dildos and then they're going to beat the ICE guys with the dongs. I guess. I mean,
this is not AI.
It's not AI. I wish it was. I wish it was AI. And then they're going up against iron gates, and they're banging the iron gates outside of the ICE detention centers with dildos. Which okay. First off, I've been in construction for a long time, and I've done a lot of demo. And I've never reached for a dildo. You know what I mean? Once. Now, let me...
Wait, is that a finishing dildo?
No, that's a framing dildo.
Okay.
You can tell the framing dildos have a waffle head on them, all right? The finished ones are smooth head, more of an uncut, like a European type dildo. Now, turn it down. What I do is I go with like a 22-ounce Von hatchet-handled dildo. Yeah. That's what I'll do. That's kind of my weapon of choice. Yeah, like if I was trying to get this iron fence down, I would either use a Sawzall or right angle wheel, with a cutting, like a carborundum blade on it. But pounding on it with a dildo.
You're in the ICE office. You go, there's a lot of protesters going on. And you go out and you go, oh, no, we're good. We're good. Yeah, I wouldn't worry. Yeah. We're just fine.
Well, someone is going to get killed because they brandish a dildo and somebody thinks it's a gun or a knife or something.
Yeah.
I mean, we're about 4 months away from like expert testimony in a courthouse where a guy's like, Ron Jeremy's up there going, a dildo can cause harm. It can cause harm.
Depends on the length.
It depends on the length. Obviously, this guy looked like he got a running start.
Yeah. Well, doesn't seem to you like they don't want a solution? That person doesn't want. You go, what do you want? Ask them what you want. They wouldn't know.
There's a couple things. I would agree with you. They're not looking for solutions because they're so dildo oriented that they can't get out of their own dildo box or dildo way. So nobody threatening someone with a dildo is looking for a solution. I will say that right now. When you brandish a dildo, you're not solution oriented. You're not what I would call pragmatic.
Also, these people have never been in couples therapy because the first thing they'll teach you is never use sex as a weapon.
That's right.
And they're breaking that rule.
Pat Benatar said it very well in one of her songs. So they don't seem solution oriented. Also, they seem like they must be unhappy because, to me, what would make me the least happy is to sort of repetitively do something that brought no results. And I mean, right. So when all those white women like go out front and they dress up like the ladies from the HBO show and they stand there and they make some sort of song up that's like "We Will Overcome," but they put Trump's name and they put tyranny in there, and they just stand there holding a candle through a paper plate, and there goes Saturday. There goes Saturday. Meanwhile, Trump's on the back nine at Augusta. He has no fucking idea what you idiots are doing.
They're on the 405 on the way down here. There's an overpass that said bunch of white people saying Trump doesn't care about you.
Right.
I go, yeah, or okay.
He doesn't know. It's not affecting him. So
who thought
it's
fine?
Like, I'll tell you what would be super frustrating for me. If somebody said, Adam, I got you a can of chili, but you have to open it with a dildo. And I just sat there and just pounded the dildo again. After about 2 hours of that, I'd go, I am so fucking frustrated. This is the worst Friday of my life. Like, I'm upset. Now,
waste of a day.
Waste of a day. Yeah. Spending a Saturday standing in front of an iron gate and beating it with a dildo seems like a road for frustration for me.
I would feel scared if as a man, you have the whole bag out there. Yeah. Go, which one do you want?
Oh, right.
I don't want to.
Can't have thoughts.
You don't want to choose. No, I don't like that one. I like this one.
My thing is, you can't go, I already got this one. Hold on, let me pull one out. There you go. I packed this baby myself.
Do they give you one, or do you choose from the bag?
You know, my thing is
that's hilarious.
I think I can kind of size up a guy and his sort of dildo preference just by looking at him. You know what I mean? It's like a gift. Like, I got you like, hey, listen, sometimes
let me figure
I'll
out
see
what you want.
some young protester in there. Yeah. And he'll be like, I want the mega double-ended dong. And I'm like, son, that's too much dildo for you.
Nah, I bit off more than you can chew.
That's right. Yeah. Maybe next week, maybe next month. Like, why don't we start you out with like a 6-incher?
Yeah, let's see.
And
a little limp. Let's start you out.
Let's start something. Yeah. I don't want to see you get hurt. You could hurt yourself. Don't run with this dildo, son. You're going to get hurt.
Do you think everybody, I'm guessing, a parade or a protest, you've never been to either?
No.
Okay, what's institute? You get one. Because when you're going to multiple, on the first it was COVID, then it was ICE, then it was the mask, then it was the BLM. Right. Oh, if you get one, you're like, they really care about this.
Right.
But it's the same.
It's the same group of dildo wielding.
They've been at another protest.
Yeah, George Soros told you to pick up that dildo. He paid for the dildos.
Yeah.
By the way, if you're in the dildo manufacturing business, this is good news.
This is big for you.
This is big because most people, maybe one dildo in their life, And a dildo will last you 15 to 30 years. Like, I don't have enough time on this planet left to go through multiple dildos.
I've never seen one in real life.
I'm going to die with the dildo I have. But if you're making multiple dildos and they're just throwing them at ICE agents, then
that's
if
the
you
most I've ever seen in one time.
Dildos?
For sure. Yeah. In multiple. They cleaned out the Amazon.
All right. So the WNBA is good now because they're no longer chucking them at the ladies on the WNBA
but those have been
floor.
the same. The people were those. That's the opposite side
those
of the political
different
spectrum.
dildo crowd.
Yeah, who's like who? Big dildos like who's claiming us?
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, Big Dildo is in the business of selling dildos.
Oh, they don't care. They don't care. Yeah, good point.
I told this to Dr. Drew a million years ago when I was talking about Big Pharma and Oxycontin and all the pain pills. I'm like, look, people are taking 100 pills a day. They love it. And he's like, they don't like it. I go, why? If you're in the business of selling painkillers,
they love it.
And you get a bunch of junkies that are doing 50 a day versus me who takes 3 every 7 years when I get a root canal, well, then you're doing business.
You're making, you're hiring.
Big Pharma and Big Dildo are not so different.
No.
At all.
No, they might have been in working with the WNBA. It might have produced that whole thing because I'll tell you what, nothing would make me watch the NBA more than knowing that at one point during the game, a dildo is going to hit the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, remember when Red Bull...
Think of the betting markets.
I've gotten their newsletter. They say it's about supply and demand.
Cute,
That's what they do. And I'm like, nice.
Remember at the beginning when Red Bull came out? Red Bull came out, they would just like... I heard their market, they would just like put empty cans around.
Right.
And they were like, people must be...
Yeah.
There's more dildo discussion now in the past year than... There's a lot of talk.
So maybe they are handing out these things.
That's
maybe
what Red Bull did. Yeah. That's what Red Bull did. Everybody had a friend in college who was a Red Bull guy and just would give it away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how it got the market.
Maybe there was a meeting and they go, we have a lightsaber, we got a sword, we got and they all presented. What would be the when we're going out to protest?
What's the weapon of choice?
And he just had a good presentation.
Well, we're now at the phase of our society, and listen, there was something called dignity, and we used to have it, and we used to kind of enforce it, and we didn't leave it up to cops and counselors to police everything. It was more like quiet dignity. And if that's out the window, then we're on the road to destruction because that's gone now. There's no more dignity. First off, you know who used to be the keeper of dignity? We're in dildo-struction.
Yeah.
Dilstruction.
All right. Deconstruction.
I'll tell you who kept the torch for dignity and manners and everything. It was women. Yeah, women were like, you don't dress that way, you don't talk that way, and you don't act that way. And now women are at the tip of the dildo spear.
Yeah, they switch. Yeah.
Beating on people in airplanes and airports, fighting with ICE. Like now women are doing the keepers of the young man. You're not going to leave the house dressed like that. You watch your tone. That's your grandmother. You don't speak to her. The keepers of dignity were women, and they're fucking gone now.
Maybe we shamed 10 years ago the Karens too much. Mm-hmm. We may have overlooked them. They were the ones that like, hey, clean up after your dog. We're not having that muffler in the neighborhood.
Right.
And then they go, fine.
Right. So we took the women who would run out after the dog took the Duke on the neighbor's lawn and yell, Excuse you, do you live here? March yourself back to your home. How would you like it if somebody defecated on? All right, and we told them all, we gave them a title.
Shamed them all.
Karen,
we shamed them all.
We told them all to shut up.
Yep.
And now they shut up and we're running wild.
And we're running with
dildos in the air.
Nice. And we have to hire cops that aren't cops, that look like cops everywhere to kind of enforce it.
Right.
They're like not real cops.
Not real cops.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
I live in Nashville on Broadway.
Yeah.
They're not cops.
And what I don't like is they're all driving cars that sort of look like a cop car, but not really. But it's just enough to fuck you up if you've had a couple of beers and they pull up behind you. You're like, holy shit, I just ate this joint. And now this guy's making $19 an hour and has no license to be a cop.
He'll tackle you. Do you ever, I have this conversation with my fiance all the time. Do you ever, in your day, get involved in anything?
No.
Never.
I don't even honk when people cut me off
anymore.
I don't. I have so little interest in other people's stuff, and it's weird, because people could say all these assholes out there settling everyone's hash and telling them what to do, they're all narcissists, and I'm like, no, I think I'm the narcissist. You don't exist to me.
You don't register to me.
I don't want to waste 1 second of my time with you.
That might be the way to do it.
That's energy I'm not spending on me.
Yeah.
So I'm the narcissist. Possibly.
A guy sitting next to us at the coffee shop this morning was watching a YouTube video out loud.
Right. Yeah.
And I just go,
yeah.
Are we gonna? You sit with the other guy and you go, this.
Yes.
And I didn't do anything either.
Yeah.
Maybe I should. Is that what we're saying here? Or no.
I never do. I have never told a neighbor to turn down a stereo. I've never.
Muffler's too loud. Nothing.
I hate the guys.
I hate them on the inside. Yeah.
Well, the guys who buy the motorcycles and take the baffles out and have the open exhaust and then fire it up, their hog. And
the three-wheeled one. We have the three-wheeled one.
Oh,
the one in the back. What is slingshot?
Oh, slingshot. Yeah.
They got decorated with lights now.
What is... All right, so... Black guys love the slingshot. It's weird. You know what else is weird?
Black guys love the slingshot.
They do.
Whites never... We didn't adopt the slingshot.
You know the thing about black guys?
What's that?
They go hog wild for the three-wheeler if the two wheels are in front. But if there's the three-wheeler where the two are in back, you'll never find a black guy. So it's like, hey, brothers, you like three wheels or not? And the answer is it depends where they are.
Where the third wheel is.
Where is the third wheel? Black guys are all over the slingshot. From next to that hog trike thing. That's all white dudes. All white dudes with. By the way, when you go from the hog to the three-wheeler, you go from the two-wheeler Harley to the hog to the three-wheel trike one. That means the old ladies put some weight on.
Yeah,
because that's really just for her. She's got to. You can't handle her fat ass on that two-wheeler.
Not at a stoplight.
20 years ago, like when you guys were dating, that was awesome.
Stoplight.
The three-wheeler is to the wife. When the guy says, I'm buying the three-wheeler, it's sort of what the bustier is to the aging porn star. When they sort of pull it down, but it covers the C-section scars and the gut,
stretch
marks.
They go, we're still going to do it.
We're still going to just put the thing around your belly. We don't want to see your belly slopping over.
Make a little adjustment.
In the porn star.
Yeah. That's the three-wheel.
The three-wheel... When I met you, I had two wheels, and we dated on two wheels, and then you had a couple of kids.
Yeah.
And we got a little bit older.
There's no guy in his 30s on a three-wheel.
No. They opened that Golden Corral up the street, and, honey, I'm stepping up to a three-wheeler. By the way, ladies, when your man says he's getting off the hog, the two-wheeler, because a three-wheel motorcycle, at this point, you might as well just get a Miata.
Yeah,
just get a convertible.
Just go all the way.
You'll get better mileage with a Miata.
Yeah.
So when your guy says, I'd like to get a three-wheeler, what he's saying is I'd like you to lose 40 pounds.
It's one of the,
That's really what he's saying. Like, I'd like to get a new young girlfriend who I could put on the back of my Harley back old school. But I can't do that with you.
The guy on the three-wheeler wants the two-wheeler.
He wants the two-wheeler, but
situation that
his wife's fat ass is so unwieldy now that he can't safely handle the two-wheeler.
And if that same guy gets divorced, he gets a Ducati.
Oh, now we got the safety seat. That's the one with the notch in it. Cafe. He's leaning forward.
Kind of a backpack on you at that
point, but only waif models will work on a Ducati.
Yeah.
So what you got to do is, so here's the size, the women sizes. The Ducati, the sort of, or the Rice Rocket, the Ninja or whatever, but it's called a safety seat. It's a notched seat. Yep. It's not one big flat banana seat.
Yep.
All right, it's got the notch. Then you put the woman back up there. She's just on a little flat padded pad. It's 9 inches by 7 inches wide.
Has to hold on to you.
Has to hang on.
There's no this. There's
no. You got to hang on.
Yeah.
Which always reminds me, like when a dude gets on the back of the Rice Rocket.
No.
You want to hang on, but it's getting a little gay.
They're going to the ice rally, or they're going.
Do you hold on to the shoulders? Because that's the straight version of being on the back of the Rice Rocket.
Yeah, if you go I'd rather fall off than someone think I was gay. I'll risk it.
My buddy Ray fell off the back of a motorcycle because he was trying to light a cigarette, and the guy gassed it, and he just fell off the back. And he was barefoot, by the way. He was barefoot.
Of course he was
barefoot. All right, so let's go woman size here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the black guys like the bigger women.
They like the bigger women.
They can't do the Ducatis.
No. They have their own bike. Let me explain everyone's bike. Okay? Okay. First things first. Black guys don't do the Ducatis. They do like the Yamaha, Kawasaki, Rice Rocket, but they do the extended swing arm. They do the long swing arm like a drag bike. Black guys do the drag bike.
They do that. They do that.
I don't. Now, look, you guys can go, fuck you, Carolla, you're racist. I go, look, there's lowriders, there's Porsches, there's different groups. There's the Rice, there's the Datsun guys.
I know a guy that's black that has, not everybody.
You don't know a black guy that's got a Ducati. You know a black guy that's got the extended swing arm.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, hold on. All right, but so here's my point.
See it.
Black guys got their own bikes.
Yeah.
That is the Japanese. They especially like one. I don't know. I think it's a Kawasaki or maybe a Yamaha. But it's got a full big fairing. It's all big fairinged out, and then the long swing arm.
Yeah.
That's a drag bike.
Okay.
Then the white guys got the Harleys and the Ducatis. They got a little range. The Euro guys got the Ducati stuff.
Ducati.
Mexicans have mini bikes. They like buzzing by.
Yeah.
No, literally mini bikes. Like their whole in LA. There's whole Mexican
like a
mini bike.
A dirt bike.
Mini bike. A dirt bike. Okay, I can't believe I have to tell you this.
No, I know what a mini bike is. I know what a mini bike is.
Well, you said dirt bike 3 times.
Like a dirt bike, but yeah.
No, not like a dirt bike.
Okay.
Dirt bike is a Honda XR75, a Trail 50, a Yamaha YZ80. Those are mini dirt bikes. A mini bike is a Briggs & Stratton lawnmower engine. That's a mini bike.
Yeah. Looks like a motorcycle.
These... We're not looking at pictures of mini bikes if that's what you're trying to put forward here. But Mexicans have whole mini bike gangs out here.
Those are the scariest ones.
Mexicans got the mini bikes. Blacks got the Rice Rockets with the extended swing arms. Whites, we're more rangy. Like I said, we got the Hawks, we got the Ducatis. We don't have the slingshot. The Polaris stuff or the Can-Am stuff, that's all brothers.
Yeah, we don't do that.
But we do the two.
Who does the arms up?
Oh, ape hangers?
Who does?
That's white guy. That's white guy. There's a Mexican version of the ape hanger. Now, the full Easy Rider chopper, you need a waif model behind you on that. Like your lady can't be fat on that. No. Your lady cannot be fat on the Ducati.
Can't be.
And she can't be fat on a serious chopper, like old school.
Now
school 60s chopper. Okay.
Yep.
Then once you step up to like the Goldwing or something like that, like the bigger cruiser one, now she's got a whole saddle back there.
And a backrest.
And a backrest.
Yeah.
Here's what happened. Let me tell you what that is. That's what you call a gateway bike. That's a gateway to a fat ass. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, she was in the gym. Now she's kind of, you got the backrest now?
I'll tell you what that bike is. Really big black dudes who used to play in the NFL who became bouncers. At some point, they started wearing sweatsuits.
Yeah.
And a sweatsuit will never tell you when you're fat. You just keep going.
Once you get elastic on the waist.
Right. That's a gateway. Dress slacks, you feel the pinch. The next
go
morning.
one belt loop down. I'm getting fat.
Yeah. So sweatpants never let you know, and next thing you know, that guy's 475 pounds.
It'll never let you know.
That's what that Gold Wing Harley seat is to the ladies. You know what I mean? She should have never climbed off that Ducati.
No.
Because when you got a fat ass in a Ducati, everyone knows it. And the same with the chopper.
So then accountability.
Right. Yeah. And then so what happens is they get off of the Ducati or the chopper and they get onto the Harley.
Yeah.
And their ass starts to spread out a little.
Yeah.
And then that gets too big and they get onto the Gold Wing, which has, by the way, training wheels that electronically come down.
Right. It does.
Right?
Oh,
because her ass is too big. That's not for the guy.
Now, are we... well,
hold on. We still... We got to keep going. Then at some point after the third kid, the guy comes in, head down, and says, I think I'm going to trade in the Gold Wing for a three-wheeler. And that's the beginning of morbid obesity.
Yeah, the three-wheeler.
That's it.
Now
but ironically, not for the front slingshot with the black guy.
Yeah.
That's a different ass.
Because we have a slingshot outside of my fiance's apartment complex. There's a slingshot meetup gas station. Which should tell you what the neighborhood...
That's not a good apartment complex. All those Jews pulling up at once.
Who's policing it? Should the women be looking themselves in the mirror and be like, I can't get on this anymore? Or do the guys have to tell them?
I think well, first off, whoever's behind you will let you know too. You know what I mean? Like if there's a guy in a guy with truck nuts hanging off his Dodge Ram, fat ass. You'll know. All you have to do, if you cut off one guy in a Ram pickup truck, he will fucking yell whatever you are. Yeah. You're going to fucking, you'll know.
Yeah.
You'll know.
The elastic won't tell you, but he'll tell you.
Yeah, like have him split lanes with that thing while everyone else is, in traffic, and you have that big fat ass on display. Yeah. Somebody's going to let you know.
But I don't think the women, do they want to be on the bike?
I
or
don't.
Is the guy like, hey, babe?
I don't know because who makes that three-wheeler? And
I know exactly
do not show me a slingshot. I do not. The two wheels need to be in the back.
Show me a slingshot, dude. What's it called?
I'll tell you the worst.
Gosh, it is so funny.
I used to do a joke about this, but once the chick gets on the back, once you get the Gold Wing, they put the helmet on. The helmet's got the intercom.
Oh, with the
now you guys are talking all the way to Oregon.
Yeah.
Could you imagine putting a trash can on your head and just hearing the sound of your wife for like 7 hours?
He goes, hey.
Could you imagine that kind of torture?
You ever heard about those guys that are like, he's faking being deaf so he can't hear his wife? He's like, he's playing this game the whole time. I can't. There's got to be a guy that
the wife is the one goes, I want the intercom helmets, and that's a little rich for our blood. I hear you.
You can stop at a stop sign. You can say,
tell me, speak your piece, and then we'll hit the open road again. I can do some thinking. How about that?
Oh, hey, I got to go to the bathroom. Just all right. Yeah,
just 2 taps on the shoulder means number 1.
That's what it was. 1 tap and 2 taps.
Right.
That was all the communication.
All right, show me a 3-wheel motorcycle.
There it is.
And that's Harley.
Guy.
Harley makes that, right?
We'd have to redact all this if that was a black guy. No. We'd have to take all of this back.
Well, I would say that shit was photoshopped if there's a black guy. I don't believe it. AI is not advanced enough to put a black guy.
Bring up a slingshot.
Bring up a random slingshot. Let's see if we can find Now we're going to find a black guy.
I'm so scared. Bring up a slingshot. Guy on a slingshot.
I don't know. I will tell you, if you say a guy pulled up on a 3-wheel motorcycle, guess his race, I'd just go, are the wheels in front or the wheels in back? And if they go, Wheels are in back. I would go 1,000%.
This is a
1,000%. It's a white dude.
You see it. You scroll social media, see a lot of the same things. That everybody has that thing. This topic has never been discussed on Earth.
You don't think historically one of our forefathers had this discussion by candlelight or something
Where
like
are the
that?
wheels in the front?
I don't know. It's possible.
They got the meetups in my neighborhood. I'm going to go down there and ask them. Hey.
What do they? Oh, the other thing too. Well, here's the whole thing about black people.
Okay, let's see.
Black people are like, we're going to drive, right?
Yeah.
We need to get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
But how can we maximize annoying everyone else with our shit music?
Yeah.
They go, well, you could roll the windows down on the Denali. Yeah, that's okay. But what if we had no roof?
Yeah.
What if we were just in an open air thing with all speakers like a ski boat and we just fucking cranked it up?
Yeah.
Imagine how many white people we could annoy that way.
All at once.
All at once.
It's productivity.
Well, again, you're getting more efficient.
It's more efficient.
What is your goal? I like to annoy white people when I drive. Right. I was going down PCH the other day, black dude, window down. By the way, you guys you had plausible deniability, black people, with your window down in the past and your shit music to annoy white people. But what with air conditioning and climate control? There's no fucking. You're not right. How come you got your windows down and no one else got your windows down and you're cranking your young jizzy over there? I got to fucking hear all your bullshit music. Don't tell me this isn't part of the plan. Well, the slingshot is just the ultimate window down.
Yeah, there's no window up. You have to listen to it.
You can annoy white people from like a metric mile. Like you can annoy white people who from blocks away with the slingshot.
And they got you ever seen like the TVs they're in the back? Oh, for the people behind you. Like,
let me see a slingshot. Let's see. Oh, you found one with two white people sitting in it. They fucking rented that thing. Don't give me that bullshit.
That's good. That's a.
I want to see a decked out slingshot because they're hanging Christmas lights and stuff, right?
There we go. Oh yeah, we need to see them with people in them.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you where you're never going to see a black guy. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So here's what we figured out. No wheels in the back, but wheels in the front.
Yep.
Okay, we got that. You're not going to see him on one of those gold wings with the training wheels and the old lady.
No.
I'll tell you, as long as we're talking about wheels and transportation, you're never going to see a black guy on a recumbent bike. That is the move of the white man. The white man does the recumbent bike. Black guy, no recumbent bikes.
Yeah.
Also, you know what's funny about Mexicans? They're so committed to their horrible forms of transportation that they make lowrider bicycles.
Yeah.
They've like somebody's got it.
They got lowrider like on the beach. They go on like a Venice,
there's like a 45-year-old Mexican guy on a lowrider bike. You're like, dude, at some point.
Is tough.
And by the way, it's weird because it's the culture. It's the culture. So what do Germans do? They do Porsche.
Yeah.
And then what do they do when they modify Porsche? They're like, well, let's do a water to air intercooler so we can get more boost out of those turbos. And what do the Mexicans do? They take an Impala and they make it slower.
Yeah.
Like they're like, how do we slow a car down?
With a hood ornament.
Right. Let's see what we can do to make this car slower.
Yeah.
And then you go, okay, which culture has a space program? Which culture makes rockets? Which culture makes jet airplanes? And you go, not the one that wants to go slower.
Not the
Everything
one that
there's
faster.
about, like, they're all sort of like, I know we don't ride donkeys anymore, but we want a car as slow as a donkey. So let's get to work.
Down. Yeah.
Yes. And then the economics of it is like, I'm going to put 150 grand into my Impala and make it worth $9,000. Like, that's the other thing too.
Every time a white person does a reno to their house, they go, how's this going to affect resale?
Right.
And they go, if we're not doing the thing in the backyard because that's going to limit who this is going to resell to.
You have these conversations. They go like this. They go, the new doors and windows, the Anderson guy, it's $41,000, but the actual value of the house is going to go up almost $100,000 once you install these new double glazed doors and windows.
Done.
Mexicans would be like, I'm going to put 150 into this kitchen and entry hall bathroom and make this house worth 200 grand less. That's essentially their plan. That's their economic plan.
Math-wise, it gets tricky.
They want that. Blacks want to annoy you on the road with the sound. Found running a business. It is hard to keep track of how much money is coming in and where it's going, and that's why I use Found. Found gives you one platform that handles banking, bookkeeping, invoices, and taxes. They handle the tasks that create the most hassle for small businesses, and they do it directly from your business checking account. They've automated things like tracking expenses, finding write-offs, and budgeting for tax time. I love comedy. I like podcasting. I like working on my cars. So the less time I have to worry about the nonsense, the better. Found has let me focus on what I love. And I know it's going to help your business too. It's Found, right, Dawson?
Take back control of your business today. Open a Found account for free at found.com. That's FOUND.com. Found is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services are provided by Lead Bank, member FDIC. Join the hundreds of thousands who've already streamlined their finances with Found.
Home Title Lock. Have you heard about this $17 million fraud scheme that targeted elderly homeowners in Los Angeles? A ring of 11 people, including 2 foreign nationals, used fraudulent identities and public title records to forge documents and take out loans against these LA properties. And the homeowners didn't know anything about it. And now, despite multiple arrests, the homeowners are left to clean up the mess and the legal and financial nightmare it created. And if you're a homeowner without protection in place, this could be you. Sadly, this is the new world order. That's why I partnered with Home Title Lock, so you can find out today if you're already a victim and protect yourself or your loved ones against this growing crime. It's Home Title Lock, right, Dawson?
Use promo code Adam at HometitleLock.com to get a free title history report plus a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. That's 24/7 monitoring, urgent alerts, and if you're a victim of fraud, they'll spend up to $1 million to fix it. That's HometitleLock.com, promo code Adam, or use the link below.
So there's a meetup of the slingshots by your girlfriend's.
My fiance's apartment. It's at a gas station.
And what time do they meet up?
It's after, Nashville, Nashville down with the Broadway and all this stuff. It's like 6 blocks from Broadway. So it's all the tourists down there. They just go meet up. Hey, you got you did the lights on the wheels? Oh, yeah. And they look at each other's and then they go, at some point, there must be a leader. Time to go, boys.
Let's go.
And they go down and up and down Broadway.
Up and down Broadway.
Yeah.
Are they loud? Are they
very loud?
They're doing pipe work.
Loud.
So they're putting pipes on there.
Yes. Yeah. And the music.
Oh,
the music's loud, and it's very, it's like with somebody with the full sleeve of tattoos. They want you to be like,
well, how would it go over? Yeah. Like, what if I just got my slingshot, went into a black neighborhood and started cranking Garth Brooks and just drove back and forth for a while? How long would it take before I was pulled off of that slingshot and beaten to death?
Yeah. If you go into the neighborhood playing the music, you're like, because I got in trouble, but I said, "Hey, brother," and this is somebody with a loud exhaust. This was a white guy, a loud exhaust, and I go, we're sitting out at an outdoor patio. Everybody's downtown, heavily trafficked area. And he backs in because he has to back into the spot. Yeah, and I go, or I'm walking past, and I just go, "Hey, brother. Nobody likes this."
Yes.
And I'm not going to escalate it into the point of anything physical.
Is he a Harley guy or a Rice Rocket guy? Because there's 2 pipes. Yeah. Dawson, we were asking for a picture of a slingshot that's all decked out a while back, but I don't see. I'm not sure if we have it. Dawson, in my first book, I think in 50 Years We'll All Be Chicks, but it could have been my second book, I did a whole thing on the Harley guy with the no baffles in the pipes. It's there. And we've done it. We've read it before. It's somewhere.
I'll try to find it.
See if we can find it. It could be my first book. Maybe I said. All right, forget Sling. If you have a picture of the buffed out slingshotter,
if you're listening, you Google it. You just Google it yourself. You know what we're talking about.
But I guess we're not looking for that. All right. So we'll find that. I will. Still looking. I thought the internet's weird to me. Why doesn't the internet have like 500,000 of those?
We know what they want, and we're
not
showing it.
Not going to give it up. All right. So forget that because I don't really need it. But it's the Polaris or the Can-Am or whatever the three-wheeler is. That's all. I
say with all this stuff, I used to in my show. There we go. Yeah, that's one of them right there.
Right.
Yeah. There's the guy that's tricking out the can. He's.
I can't imagine a big return on investment on you putting $8,000 worth of Christmas lights on your Can-Am and wrapping it in chrome and whatever.
The market is shrinking for the ROI on that.
You know what's weird too about the people who do this? They're not super talkative away from the bike and away from the trike. And it's like, are you loud or are you not loud? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I get it if you're this person. That guy shows up to work Monday and doesn't say anything to anybody.
Not a word.
Which is not weird, right?
He goes nuts on the weekend.
I also kind of feel that way about people who stab people. Like, they don't talk. They're quiet. They're like introverts. And then they stab strangers, too.
You know what? That's
range.
My therapist, when somebody says, I'm thinking about committing suicide, they're never gonna. That's not the person who does it. It's you go, I thought he was.
You know what? When a counselor or therapist is told I'm thinking about committing suicide, they're obliged contractually by law to say anything.
Good point.
But I'm going to make your point.
Let's hear it.
That person never commits suicide. It's the person who doesn't talk about it. So when you go to a therapist and don't talk about suicide, they should go ahead and have you committed or evaluated. Right. That guy is at risk of committing suicide because he didn't say anything about suicide.
He's good. You're free to go, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, because talking about suicide is like when you say someone go, I'm moving this weekend. And I go, I'd like to help.
Yeah.
But we know how that ends up. You get no help.
Yeah. No. A lot of chatting.
You have the quote from that book already?
Yeah, he said, we rode motorcycles because you could fill up the tank for $1.89. We could cut through LA traffic. And on the weekend, we could carve up a canyon. All good reasons to purchase a motorcycle. Being seen and especially being heard were not part of the equation. That's because we weren't insecure, narcissistic, poseur douchebags. You fucksticks that pull the baffles out of your Harley exhaust so that people in surrounding neighborhoods, countries, and the unborn can celebrate the arrival of your preening ass and the Harley softail it's perched on rank just beneath pedophile clowns and Nazi prison guard on the cosmic cocksucker list. How many times?
Keep going.
How many times you've been awoken from a nap because one of these peacocks had to throw out a couple of revs as they were driving past your apartment? How many times have you had the shit scared out of you while walking back to your car after a satisfying dinner because one of these guys flew past you with the hammer down? It's called noise pollution, and the chicken shit cops that are busily handing out tickets for no front license plates or illegal window tints should for once focus on something we give a fuck about. My fantasy is to follow one of these guys home some night and hide in the pantry until he's finished beating off to a cardboard cutout of himself and fallen asleep. Then I would sneak into his house, past the lucite box housing the cheap vinyl boxing glove that may or may not have been signed by Muhammad Ali, past the Harley Davidson and Marlboro Man poster, stand at the foot of his bed and fire off one of those air horns they use to start boat regattas. When he popped up, I'd yell, "How does it feel, bitch?"
There you go.
I burn a lot of calories complaining about shit, man.
I felt that.
That was 300 pages of that. That was a page. That was half a page. I had to do another 299.
Very explicit
of
language.
that.
Yeah. No one disagrees with that, by the way. That's the thing. No one disagrees with that.
Well, I'll tell you, it's funny. I was doing my vlog, and I was out at Home Depot, and I've been traveling around, and lots of people have been watching the vlog and listening to the podcast and stuff like that. So it's very nice you come up and say, hey, so I see your stuff at Home Depot or your Palisades Fire stuff. I really appreciate everyone checking those out. We just do them for free and throw them up there. But I did a joke about merchandise. And I'll show you what I did, and then I can show you the comments of people who are angered by it.
Okay.
Because I love it when someone doesn't get a joke.
Yeah.
Not
everybody, but you want a handful.
You want a handful.
Yeah, not everybody. Yeah.
All right, so here's what I said. I went to the Home Depot, and here's what happened.
I got to say, this kind of commercialism kind of rubs me the wrong way. So let me get this straight, Milwaukee. I'm supposed to pay you $29.
Pause it there. So I'm standing in front of a rack of Milwaukee hats, Milwaukee branded T-shirts, and I'll just say Milwaukee on them. All right, so I go back 10 seconds there. Good.
You $29 so I can walk around and advertise your brand. I pay you. So here's how Milwaukee thinks. Milwaukee's like, pay me and then walk around and advertise us for free. Sounds a little backwards to me. By the way, our merch store is now open if people want to get an Adam Carolla shirt or something like that, just to try to show your pride. And they're under $30, not much, but it just kind of popped in my head. Yeah, the merch store is back up and running now, so it's online, so check it out.
All right, so people were offended by that because of the hypocrisy of me selling. I got to read. I just don't grab the 5 best comments. Also, that people have time to watch and comment. I can't read it from here, but Dawson could probably read it. He just had a bite of a burrito, I guess.
Now we're putting it in a place where I can see it.
There it is. I just can't read it from here.
So I should pay you to advertise for you?
Yeah. All right. Sorry. I have no idea what this is. All right. You can either make it bigger on my screen or Dawson can. You read it then, John.
Subsidizing a company's marketing budget? No. And some guy says, oh, come on, man. You started to sound a little too like you know what this stuff is. Still like some you work, but I'm still just telling you anyway. Give me a shirt for free so I can advertise for your show. They sell clothes, hats, and names on it, then write it off as advertising costs to pure profit. Yeah, they're not understanding what's happening.
Yeah, I guess. I heard there's a bunch of angry ones, but I guess we pulled ones that are more confusing than angry. But okay. All right, that didn't work as well as I would have liked. But next time we'll get better clips.
Dawson's confused.
All right, so I don't know what Bub Rub from Oakland is.
Oh, I know what that is.
You do know that one.
That is. Yeah, it's one of the most iconic, the first YouTube videos of all time.
Oh, that one.
This one is iconic.
Let's play it.
This is the first time I saw YouTube. Go ahead.
Residents have been told this noise is perfectly legal, so tomorrow they hope to start the process to change the law.
The whistles go woo!
Anybody that has it in their neighborhood is going to be totally driven crazy.
It sounds like what?
When you want to woo woo, it's that woo woo. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the flows. They didn't trip out the flow masters.
That decoration, man. It's just for decoration. That's it. And that's all, man. We do it for decoration.
You have it on your car?
Yeah, I got it on my car.
Some Oakland residents will complain about the noisemakers Tuesday night at the city council meeting. Some neighbors are saying way too loud.
That's only in the morning. You supposed to be up cooking breakfast or somebody, and so that's like an alarm clock. Woo woo!
That makes the car audible for almost a mile. Some neighbors are
a mile.
God damn.
Guy flew through the stop sign, by the way.
You know, they have in automotive racing and the vintage racing I do, they have certain races that are like decibel races where like you got to put a muffler on because it bugs the shit out of everyone who lives around the track. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now, not a lot of them. A lot of them are open, but they do. It is a thing. All right. Now, next. So you went to the you're at the coffee shop with your lady or getting coffee, someone with their clip. I've been really drilling down on like Starbucks and coffee and like how look, I grew up, no one drank coffee, no one gave a shit. Adults, truckers drank coffee with Sanka.
Really? It wasn't a
everywhere, every day, everything. It was like energy drinks.
There was coffee at your house.
They didn't.
You wouldn't go out.
Oh, I'll tell you. Yes, I'll tell you what it was.
Shop. Yeah,
I'll tell you what it was. Coffee was made at your house.
Yep.
You didn't touch it if you were under like 20.
Yep.
You had no business drinking coffee when you were 14.
Plenty of energy.
They didn't need it. If you come from a house like my house, my family they didn't drink coffee. It was too much work for them. So there was no coffee anywhere. As a matter of fact, my family was so fucking lazy when it came to coffee that if we ate at my grandparents' house, no one had a coffee maker or coffee pot or anything.
No.
But if we had dinner at my grandparents' house, at some point my grandmother would go, "Does anyone want coffee?" And then when I was an adult, I'd go like, "Yeah, I would like some coffee." And then my grandmother would say, "Well, if it's just Adam, I'm going to make the instant," which is weird Sanka freezer burn jar in the fucking freezer. She'd have to chip it away with the butt of a spoon, and then boil water. And then, so what I would do is she'd go, "I won't make a pot of coffee if just Adam wants it." And then I'd kick my stepdad in the shin and I'd go, "Order some coffee.
Just order some.
Get some coffee.
So get something fresh.
Just get some fucking coffee." By the way, effort-wise, I make a pot of coffee every morning. I get up, I make a pot of coffee. I just make it alone. I'm not throwing a dinner party. There's nothing. There's just me. I make coffee. My grandmother had to go to the freezer, get the fucking Sanka out, bust it up. It was all frozen rock. Bust it up. Boil water on a kettle
with a whoo.
Yeah, with a whoo.
Yeah, one of those mufflers.
With a whoo.
With the whistle tips.
Wait, get the fucking paper filter.
Yeah.
No filter. No instant. Boil it. Hoo. Pour it into a mug and then stir in this Sanka bullshit, like this instant stuff. It'd be literally, you'd have a grainy mustache after you took a sip of it. There'd be a bunch of shit. There'd be like shit.
And that's just the coffee. No cream, no sugar.
No. I'm like, is that less effort than just making a pot of coffee and walking away?
No, it's not. But your family was notoriously cheap. She was trying to save 5 scoops.
Yeah, 5 cents maybe. Yeah.
No, I know. But also, we're also insanely downtrodden.
Yeah.
So we're all need to be punished with everything. Everything's got to be shit all the time.
Just to feel it.
Right.
And,
so there was. But Starbucks, wildly popular. And these places are wildly popular. And I'm starting to put some stuff together. I'm thinking about it.
It's a correlation.
Okay. I go in, and I had the same thing all day, every day. I go, just give me a black coffee, medium size, and I'll put some cream in it. Okay, I'm in and out. Yeah. Easy, no problem. Women go in there and they go, I need, first off, a lot of questions. Now, women love it. Women love it. You know what women like? They like ordering around other women.
Yeah, saying it out loud.
Think about this. Guy gets married, puts a tuxedo on. Women, who invented the train on a dress?
Not a guy.
Yeah, that's women with other women walking behind them, holding it for them. You know what I mean?
No guy. Yeah.
So they go there, and they I'll tell you what women love. They like ordering around other women, and they like mild disappointment. So they go up and they go, do you have oat milk? And they go, we just have coconut milk. And they go, so no oat milk. All right, that's number one. They love it. They're
already at a negative -1.
Now they're going to put the bitch to her paces, right? They go, could I get a no oat milk? No. And they like also ancillary discussion, too.
That's not...
The Starbucks in Riverside does have oat... Yeah, okay, we're not there.
Okay,
just fucking order your shit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we don't need a dissertation on the potential of oat milk. So you have coconut milk. give me a coconut milk latte.
Yep.
Not too hot.
Yeah.
Light foam. So what they're doing is they're just telling another bitch what to do.
Some stuff.
Right. My thing is I don't want to tell her what to do, so I just go medium coffee, whatever you got.
I'm good.
Right,
I'm out of here.
So I'm going to tell you a bunch of shit. They like that.
Yeah.
Next thing you got working, it's something they charge $13 for that's worth 80 cents. Women love that. They love like a $5,000 handbag that's got $9 worth of leather in it.
You get one from Walmart.
Check that box. Check that box. Vastly overpaying for something because they think it's worth more, but it's not. Okay, so they got ordering people around.
Yep.
Then at the end, you always get more disappointment. They take the sip off the latte and they go, not as good as the coffee bean and tea leaf latte. There's always a little letdown. There's a little letdown, and now you've checked every box. And next, you know, these places are opening up all over the place.
And then there's
it's mostly women in there, and they've gotten women to drink the coffee. The coffee used to be the diner, the long haul trucker would pull in.
Max,
then he'd get a warm up, and they'd go, you want to warm up, Max? I got to get back on the road.
Yeah.
Back on the road, and then put some in the thermos, and they would leave, and that's who drank coffee.
That's it.
Women weren't big, and young women not a thing. Now
I need it. I need coffee.
Ubiquitous.
Do you think there's a correlation between the more uniqueness of your coffee order, the lack of productivity going on in the day? Like you go black coffee, I got 2 pods. I got to meet and greet.
There's two things. There's two things. One is you gotta, just like the guy took the baffles out of the Harley, you need some fucking situational awareness. You know, there's 7 people behind you.
Yeah.
You really want this chick to go to the lab and get out a Bunsen burner so you can get a cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying? It's the guy at the fucking, the guy at the wedding, and they go to the bar and you're behind him, and all you want's a Miller Lite, and your girl wants a glass of white wine.
Handlebar Mustang.
This guy's behind the thing, and the guy comes up, the guy in front of you, and he's like, could I get a slow gin fizz and an apple teeny? And the guy's like, let me see if I got nutmeg here. Let me go to the back.
And they're playing the Cupid Shuffle.
And it's like, get the fuck out of the way. Get a beer. Get a wine. Let's get the fuck. Go ahead and get some Jack Daniels. Just dump it in a cup and leave. I don't need him getting out his fucking shaker and all his shit for you.
Because that's not like, I go to the rental car place when I'm on the road.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, we don't have, I go, yep. My rental car is not the destination. Whatever you got. I'm going to the show. So like the coffee is not the destination of your day. It is for somebody.
I think a lot of people like the tailor-made specific stuff makes them feel special.
Yeah.
Right? Because anyone can just order a medium coffee.
We'll do it your way.
We'll do it your way. But there's the ordering. I'm telling you, they love ordering the bitches around. And they love the mild disappointment when they don't, because inevitably they're going to come up short. They're going to come up short.
Yeah.
You got the oat milk. You got oat milk. And then you have coconut milk. Do you have gerbil milk? No.
Yeah. And leave room in it. Leave
room for gerbil milk.
Yeah.
Like then they ordered it around, and at some point they're always disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm never disappointed because I just order a coffee.
Yeah.
And then it tastes like coffee.
And I'm going to do another thing.
I'm going to do something. I don't want to be here and watch
it's like the slingshot. You're like, well, I'm going to the dinner.
Right.
My route and what's going on in the car is not. This is serving the greater purpose. This isn't it.
I would like to get there as quickly as I can.
And efficiently. Are they 2-seaters? The slingshots are 2-seaters.
The slingshots are 2. There is a Can-Am one where you sit upright like a motorcycle.
Like a jet ski, kind of.
Yeah,
right.
That's
right. That is right. We keep coming back to the slingshots.
All right. One more thing to talk about. I am obsessed. I got a couple clips. I'm obsessed with Jennifer Newsom, which is Gavin Newsom's wife, because I am telling everyone wants to know what's going on and how come everyone's gone nuts, and what the fuck's going on? We're beating ICE officers with dildos, and I realize with all these people, I always just say to everyone, all roads lead to narcissism. Think about all these progressive assholes in Hollywood. Every single story they tell you casts themselves as the hero,
savior
in it, and the savior. Yeah. And listen to Newsom's wife talk about this is who she is. And by the way, she filmed herself. She said, "I am going to film me talking about stuff, and I'll talk about myself, and you'll hear the kind of person I am." All right, here we go.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to take a minute to check in. What we are seeing right now, from the war to extreme wealth inequality.
All right, hold on a second. The other thing is, too, is you don't need to check in with us, bitch. Just go about your fucking day.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Doing great. Yeah.
I know. They always do this thing. They go, as if like we're all sitting around going, what's Newsom's bitch got to say about what's going on in Ukraine? Or the Straits of Hormuz. I don't need you to check in on inequality, but she's going to check in 2026. Here we go.
What we are seeing right now, from the war to extreme wealth inequality to immigrant families being torn apart to the extremely hateful and divisive rhetoric online, should have us all worried. And if there's one thing about me, it's that when I witness something that is unjust or wrong towards women, children, and families, I cannot stay silent.
Okay. None of these people ever go, sometimes when I clean my ear out real good, I like to sniff my finger.
No, and it's never embarrassing.
It's never that.
It's always awesome.
Great point. It's never that. It's never that. Like sometimes when I'm flossing, a little piece of gristle come out from like 3 days ago, and it smells so bad.
Never.
Gross.
I have to speak up.
I have to. When she witnesses inequality or any kind of tyranny, she's the kind of person that has to stand up. By the way, she's the kind of person who has to film herself saying she stands up. She lives in an $8 million mansion up north and does nothing. Yes.
I have to stand up in this professionally lit studio.
Yeah, she's going to
talk with very clear diction.
She's going to stamp out inequality. So I was wondering what was going on with inequality, and then
something's happened. I wasn't aware anything happened.
They never give you a list of what it is they're doing.
Or what you know what I mean? Like that's what we said earlier. What do you want? What should we do?
What do you want? We're going to stand up, and we're going to push back.
What should we do? Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to arm myself with a dildo, and I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to push back with my dildo. No. All right, just go back 10 seconds because it's great. She's going to explain who she is. I'm the kind of person who stands up. By the way, the richest, whitest, Barbiest, dolliest chick on the planet is going to fucking lecture us about this. All right, here it is.
Online should have us all worried. And if there's one thing about me, it's that when I witness something that is unjust or wrong towards women, children, and families, I cannot stay silent. My entire life's work has surrounded the notion that we need more human decency in this world. And the only way we get there is...
She did take some of that time off to blow Weinstein. She punched out for a second to blow Weinstein, and then she got right back onto her mission.
I never heard of her before until
her entire life's work. You haven't heard of her work?
I've not.
Her body of work?
I knew Gavin Newsom. I didn't know. This is new.
Her whole life has been helping people and blowing Weinstein. But all right. But that's now you know. You didn't know about her. That. Yeah. No, she stands up. She has to say something.
Nobody can. There's no one on the opposite side of this.
That's the other one I like.
It's I'm against race. Yeah, dude. Yes, good. So is everybody.
All right, here we go.
Through courage and through speaking truth to power, through standing up for women, for children, for our common humanity. My first documentary unveiled how the patriarchy vis-a-vis the media was holding women in leadership back.
I don't even know what that means.
My second looked at the boy crisis in America and how our culture was failing our boys. And
hold on, when hot chicks do documentaries, that just means I don't have a fucking job.
Also, that's all that is. The truth to power is in the living room. Right. You got the power. Your power is your husband has the power.
I told everyone during COVID,
not us.
During COVID, you guys are like Trumps and oppressors. Like your guy shut the beaches. Your guy took bulldozers and pushed sand into skate
Arrested
parks.
the paddle board.
Yes, your guy. Your husband is the guy who shut the restaurants and put businesses out.
Yeah.
He's the power, you idiot. Go speak to... You're speaking to Trump's 3,000 miles away. It's your guys closed the schools down for a year and a half, you fucking witch.
If you said who has the power to an alien, you'd be like, they do.
Yes.
That lady has the power.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Go ahead.
Men. Media has played a huge role in devaluing the feminine and uplifting the masculine, and not always the better elements of either, because there's power and beauty in both. But technology is the new backlash to gender equity and gender justice, and it's on steroids, mostly because it's in the hands of those who wish to profit at all costs and return us to a time when women and girls had no power, no voice, and when men and boys were told that they could not express the emotional nor caring parts of themselves. Now, as a society, shouldn't we strive to help people realize the entirety of their humanity, to see the goodness and humanity in others, to value kindness, decency, and respect, to treat others the way we want to be treated? It's on us to build systems that reflect those values.
Systems.
Yet right now we live in a world
Building
that values
systems
profit.
means give me some fucking money.
Yeah.
I got friends who want to build systems with happy names, and the money just fucking goes down the drain.
Reflect those values. Yet right now we live in a world that values profit over people. We live in a world where hate and fear perpetuate division and power being held in the hands of only a few. This feeds a broken system, a system that targets women and other vulnerable communities asking for change, that silences women and those who speak out, that render women's work invisible, that pushes certain women.
Hold on. Let me explain how it works.
Yeah.
The guys with the three-wheeler motorcycles,
we're back.
The wheels in the back, if they have the wheels in the back, those are the guys who are targeting women.
Yeah.
And then other guys on three-wheelers where the wheels are in front.
Yeah.
So you understand?
Yeah.
So wheels in the back.
Oppression.
You're oppressing the guys.
Yeah.
You're targeting.
We need to make one of these videos.
Women and then guys who are on the slingshots. Okay?
I think I got it. Come after. Is that what the end of this is? Is it? It's the men on the.
She's going to explain that the guys with the rice rockets and the extended sling arms aren't the problem. I don't care what the FBI crime statistics say. All right, here we go.
Preserve their limited seats at the tables of power.
I just got to go back.
And it's hard not to feel the weight.
I love this. I wish any of them. By the way, as a rich, old, heterosexual white guy, I wish 1/10 of this was true. I really do. I'd have my seat at the table of power instead of fucking sitting in traffic.
I don't know where the table is, but I'd like to sit at it.
Well, you're not rich.
Women and other vulnerable communities asking for change, that silences women and those who speak out, that render women's work invisible, that pushes certain women to tear other women down in order to preserve their.
By the way, hold on.
I don't know what any of this means.
Women hate each other.
Yeah.
But I do love when women go at each other. It's only because the guy on the Harley with the wheels in the back got her to go do it.
He only got, she didn't want to do it. But
I made her do it. I made her do it. And those guys on the slingshots are shooting each other. Yeah. That's us, too.
Yeah.
All right, keep going. It's great.
The tables of power.
The tables of power.
And it's hard not to feel the weight of all of that right now, because the more that hate is perpetuated, the more divided that we become as a society. Now, as a mom, I cannot let this be the norm. I cannot have this be the culture that my children inherit.
No. Well, hey, bitch, do something then. Would you already?
Our children deserve better. We all deserve better.
Everyone deserves.
We cannot let anyone silence our voice.
How much better does she deserve? Like, she doesn't fucking work. She's rich.
Don't say
she lives in Napa. You know what I mean? She doesn't fucking do anything all day. She shits out a dock and it goes right into Sundance because of her politics. So how much better does she really deserve? I think she's set, right?
Doing that mental gymnastics to be the victim is impressive.
Well, she's a woman. And
she's especially worried about her kids who are going to grow up even richer than their parents did.
He's just Nancy Pelosi's the rant. All right, just play it out. Sorry. It's great.
Our children deserve better. We all deserve better.
Everybody.
We cannot let anyone silence our voices of progress. There is too much at stake. So please, if you take anything from this, know that you are not alone if you're feeling such sadness for our online world and culture right now. That using your voice to uplift others and create a healthier culture is a must. That engaging in cruel and demeaning and unkind rhetoric online is extremely harmful. That people who do so should not be empowered. Let's lean on each other to build a healthier culture, both online and off, that truly reflects the values that we want to create for the world that we all want to live in. One full of kindness and good, not hatred and division. Sending gratitude and love to all of the kind souls in the world.
Let's get a message. Let's get a message to her saying, I saw the video. I really dug it. I didn't have the sound up, but I did beat off to it.
I mean, you could sound on or off. It's still the same, right? Same. You ever heard of a guy named Luke Cornett?
No.
Luke Cornett plays for the Spurs. He's a Christian. He's a Catholic. So the Atlanta Hawks had a promotional night associated with the Magic City, the strip club in Atlanta.
Right. Saw that.
Yeah, Luke Cornett, a conservative, he goes, I don't agree with this. The NFL is family friendly. I don't believe they should endorse this.
NBA or NFL?
NBA, sorry.
Yes.
And he was asking for the NFL to remove their endorsement of the night.
Wait, NBA?
The NBA, sorry,
This is
sorry,
going to be a hard story.
Yeah. All he was saying, I don't agree with this. This is what I want.
Right.
This is what I think. And the online community moved, and the NBA got rid of it.
Right.
What I'm saying is he's asking for. So if we're like, hey, we want security in our neighborhood, we want more efficient. Like, what are the dildo people?
I'll tell you what they want. They want to be agitated. That's what they want.
Attention. And they I don't like what. Tell us there was. I knew there was going to be no solution at the end of that.
No, there never is. No, but you can't solve. Look, if your job is picking up garbage at the park, you don't want to solve the problem of litter at the park. All right, John, I'll give you a plug. We'll take a break. We'll bring Rudy in here. I'll give you all the dates and everything at the end of the show. John Chris, thanks for coming in, my friend.
Good to be back, brother.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Yeah. Love me some O'Reilly. What do? They keep your car on the road and they keep it running. And most car stuff I can figure out, but if I'm ever stumped, I always go to O'Reilly. That's my first call. They've got thousands of parts in stock, either in store or online, so you never have to worry if you're in a jam. They'll also test your battery for free, and if it needs to be replaced, they'll help you find the right one. Whether you're a car aficionado or an auto novice, they'll see, and you'll see, the employees at O'Reilly Auto Parts are helpful and they are friendly. They held the door for me last time I was at the one in Glendale. O'Reilly is your one-stop shop for all things auto, especially if you're a do-it-yourselfer. It's O'Reilly, right, Dawson?
Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit us at O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam.
Simply Safe. Traditional home security has expensive monthly fees, multi-year contracts, and confusing hardware. That's why I use Simply Safe instead. Always have. You can customize the system on their website and have it all in your house in days. It's not just cameras. It's an entire ecosystem of sensors that all work together like a beautiful security ballet. No lock-ins, no hidden cancellation fees. Simply Safe earns your business by keeping you safe, not trapping you in a contract. Good people, good business. Started years ago, always been a sponsor and growing every day because they deliver. And they were named America's Best Customer Service by Newsweek. It's Simply Safe. 2 eyes. Simply Safe, right, Dawson?
We want you to experience the same peace of mind we do, which is why we've partnered with Simply Safe to offer an exclusive discount to our listeners. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/Adam. That's half off at simplysafe.com/Adam. There's no safe like Simply Safe. It's time to check Adam's voicemail.
Hey Adam, Tim from Arizona. I was watching Jeopardy last night, and your picture came up on the screen. It was some category about left-handed people, I don't know. But you really made the big time when you're an answer on Jeopardy. Get it on.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, you and Ned Flanders. That's awesome.
Me and Ned Flanders. It's awesome until they have no idea who you are.
Yeah,
and then
of course.
Then it gets embarrassing.
Yeah, they're like, they name off three other people that definitely aren't you. Who got the answer? Well, actually, let me rephrase that. What number were you? Like, so they say suspected of left-handedness. Were you the $1,000 question? Were you the $1,200?
I don't.
I believe it was the $2,000.
Ooh,
that's the problem. You do like the Masked Singer, and they go, he hosted the Man Show. Doug Stanhope? No, I'm out of ideas. And then you go, oh, now I feel bad.
Here is your Jeopardy answer.
You have the answer.
This man of many media, including TVs to catch a contractor, confesses when he talks about having to use a right-handed saw.
So all they gave you,
and that was pretty much the response.
Yeah.
That was what happened in Jeopardy.
They didn't know? Bullshit, really?
Well, all they said was catch a contractor, right?
Yeah.
They had no other shows.
Correct.
So you would only get, all you would get if you were in the clue department. And by the way, my mom wouldn't have gotten this.
Yeah.
No way.
No.
But if you said,
I'm sorry.
If you said, read it one more time because it's pretty limiting.
Stand by. But I guess there is a right-handed and left-handed saw because of the way your grip palms so there is.
Definitely.
Okay.
Well,
but in the movie Step Brothers, he says, there's a chip in my left drumstick. There's no such thing as a left drumstick.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, not to shit on the conversation a little bit, but you were the $2,000 question, which means that they definitely make it a little bit harder. So they probably didn't take.
$2,000.
They didn't make.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's got to be a little harder.
It's tough because you would have to know the show Catch a Contractor, because if you didn't, then you wouldn't. And could also be Skip Bedell, who's in Catch a Contractor as well. So this is but if you said Man Show, Love Line, Catch a Contractor, then you could get the question.
But it is very common knowledge that Skip is right-handed. Everybody knows
he's right-handed.
It's a tale as old as time.
But they don't show. But they're not showing a picture of me, are they?
They are.
Well, then you should get it.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. Do it. We'll see what happens. Sorry.
This man of many media, including TVs to catch a contractor, confesses when he talks about having to use a right-handed saw.
Who is Bob Vila?
All right. So it's all. Who's Norm Abrams? Skip it out. Skip Abrams? I've invented a hybrid of guys who work on houses on TV. Jesus. All right. So no one got the answer. Is that what we figured out?
Correct.
We need to find that clip somewhere.
Damn.
Come on. It's a 2000.
Jeopardy's a tough one to find online.
Merv Griffin would get really mad at us for playing that.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a tough one. Yeah.
And they put the picture up there. I wonder who must be some young Indian kid or something.
Yeah. Obviously,
apparently,
he's a big fan.
there's a Chinese guy on Jeopardy right now who is just killing. He's got I think he's on like 17, 18, 19 times. He's the new guy. Completely crushing it, but he didn't get this one.
So they must go full screen with that picture too.
Of course,
they can't just superimpose it over the board.
Well, it usually zooms out from the square, like 2000, and it goes zzz, and it zooms out and then it covers the screen.
Well, right back down to earth.
Yeah,
they didn't get me. The Chinese guy did not get me, neither. Damn. All right. What do we got?
All right, let's do some news. Congressman Eric Swalwell's run for governor of California has come to a screeching halt amid allegations of sexual assault. Swalwell made the announcement on X, writing, "I'm suspending my campaign for governor. To my family, staff, friends, and supporters, I am deeply sorry for mistakes and judgment I've made in the past. I will fight the serious, false allegations that have been made, but that's my fight, not a campaign's."
Now, I know this is super unpopular, but I would take a rapist who was super competent at running California versus a non-rapist who's running California into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And then people go, "Oh, Adam, that's such a horrible thought." And it's like, well, first off, most men who've been around and are in positions of power have something in their rearview mirror that might fall under the heading of this. A little strong arming of an assistant or at a cocktail party or a Christmas party or something like that. That's number one. But number two, like if you went, this guy's credibly accused of rape, you go, all right, how many people are we talking about here? We're talking about 3 people. Okay. Are they alive? Oh, yeah. They went out, they drank, she woke up in the bed, she didn't know how she got there, she had sex with him, but she was too drunk to consent. Okay. But if that guy was wildly competent and super impactful, think about crime, think about homeless deaths, think about all the death and destruction that happens on a fucking daily basis in this state. I mean, think about if that same guy was super competent with crime, then he would prevent a whole bunch of fucking deaths because of all the gangbangers and all the catch and release and all. I mean, all right, so that guy did that. So Abigail Spanberger in Virginia didn't rape anybody, but she won't hand over murderers to ICE, and she won't deport people. She runs a fucking sanctuary city, or California's a sanctuary state, right? So you got some fucking gangbanger, and you don't hand him over to ICE, and then you let him out, and then he stabs your daughter on a train. Well, what would you rather for your daughter? Getting drunk and getting raped by Swalwell, or getting the life taken out of her on a fucking train because these fucking incompetent governors run these cities this way? So fuck you. I'll take a guy. Now, Swalwell is not only doing whatever he's doing with his lady stuff that you guys make a big deal of. How about the fact that he's an incompetent dope who lies on TV every fucking day and would take the state further down the fucking road to ruin? He would do what Gavin Newsom is doing and finish the job, meaning finish the state. And no one has any problem with that. I got a problem with that. This part, he can fucking figure that out with his God and his wife and whoever. He's going to get sued, and then he's going to have to compensate these people. Meanwhile, 7 homeless people just fucking died in the street.
This just in, you just recorded a new campaign ad for the relaunch of Eric Swalwell's 2026
That's right.
campaign.
Yeah, he's a rapist with an agenda. And that agenda, he's like a car in every garage, a chicken in every pot, and my dick in every intern.
And a passed out chick in every bed.
Yeah. They Cesar Chavez'd him faster than Cesar Chavez. But they had to know everything about this guy forever. And all the people are coming out saying, we've known this for years and years and years. It makes me think of House of Cards, Kevin Spacey, where he would gather flawed politicians, prop them up, and then take them down at the right time that it's good for them. And this is what Nancy Pelosi had this guy.
They needed to get rid of him.
A tool.
They need to get rid of him because they want to maintain power.
And he represented the place where I grew up, so I especially despise the man.
Yeah. To go back to what you were saying, once you realize that you can either get along with people and go halfway up the mountain, or you can hate everybody that you work with and get to the top, you'll go, you know what? I can deal with these people to get to the top of the mountain. That is what I want to get. I want to be the most productive and get the best outcome I can, even if I can't stand these people, I would still rather work with them.
So now Kamala Harris is possibly tossing her dunce cap into the ring.
Please.
Because there's some sort of online campaign or something to get her to run.
If former Vice President Kamala Harris were to launch a write-in campaign for California governor, what are the chances you would write in Harris for governor?
All right, I'm going to show a clip of her because I don't, for first, people are sort of like, well, she was vice president, so this is she was a DEI hire. She's a fucking dope who Biden, because he's Biden's just a coward who just said, I'm going to have a black female vice president. And by the way, she's not even black. I mean, she doesn't even present as black. She presents as Indian much more than she presents as black, but fucking fine. So she's a dope who got sucked into the White House, who did nothing as the border czar, and now she's thinking about gracing us with an appearance in California and continue to fuck up the state with her dumbass. Listen to me. I'm so tired of everyone with their fucking feelings. She's asked in this clip about the economy, and this is her answer. Now, look, you can say you make all the excuses you want. She wasn't prepared for this, or she didn't know what the question was. I don't give a fuck. She's a politician. She wants to make policy, and she has no fucking thoughts in her head.
Yeah.
And this is a very basic question. What's going on with the economy? And here's her answer.
What else are you going to do to fix this problem with inflation?
All right, thank you. Well, let's start with this. Prices have gone up, and families and individuals are dealing with the realities of that bread costs more, that gas costs more. And we have to understand what that means. That's about the cost of living going up. That's about having to stress and stretch limited resources. That's about a source of stress
Hold
for
on, you
families.
got to pause it for a second. First off, it's the hands are all over the place, just like Gavin Newsom, just like his flunky wife. The hands, there's hands everywhere. You can also see her she keeps glancing down because she's looking for a note.
Yeah.
She has a card that says economy on it, or she has one that says border and one says taxes and one says
Do you think she's killing time right here?
She's doing. When you're doing a TV show and the guy behind the camera, the producer's going, stretch, because the guest is running
That's an
late.
Interesting question, because questions are very interesting.
You can always tell when somebody's eyes go up and they're not really looking at anything.
Right.
That's the gears in their head grinding.
Yeah. Run it from the beginning. We'll watch her. She's killing time. She's using her hands, and she's looking for her notes. But by the way, if you're going to be the vice president or you'd like to be the president, have some thoughts about inflation.
Yeah, you're supposed to know about this stuff.
Right.
What else are you going to do to fix this problem with inflation?
All right, thank
looking
you.
down.
Well, let's start with this.
Eyes up. Up, still up.
Prices have gone up.
Prices are up. Okay.
And families and individuals are dealing with the realities of
looking down, looking for
that
notes.
bread costs more,
Right.
that gas costs more.
Uh-huh.
And we have to understand what that means. That's about the cost of living going up. That's about having to stress and stretch limited resources. That's about a source of stress for families that is not only economic, but is on a daily level, something that is a heavy weight to carry. So it is something that we take very seriously. Very seriously. And we know from the history of this issue in the United States that when you see these prices go up, it has a direct impact on the quality of life for all people in our country. So it's a big issue, and we take it seriously. And it is a priority, therefore.
Hold on. It's not such a big issue that I have an answer.
Yeah.
Remember when Gavin Newsom came in here and his big issue was black and brown people don't have access to checking accounts? That's his big issue. I pressed him for 20 minutes on an answer to his big issue. No answer.
They just, because it does, yeah.
Rudy,
Yes.
I got a big issue.
Okay.
Ask me about my big issue, which is left turn red arrows.
Adam, I know you're very concerned and you have a lot of thoughts about left turn arrows. What is your plan to go forward into the future and maybe to get these?
I just got back from fucking Utah. They do not ever turn red. They blink yellow. So they're either green or they blink yellow, meaning you never have to stop. You can go when it's green, and then when it blinks, you just stop and look for traffic. And if there's no traffic, you just go. You don't bottle up, you don't pile up, you don't queue up with it red. There's no reason it should ever be red. It should only be green and then either off or blinking yellow. And I would argue if fucking Salt Lake City can figure that out, we can bring it to goddamn Los Angeles.
Okay.
There's your fucking answer. Not arrows. Robin Hood had an arrow.
Some are red, some are green, some are yellow.
William Tell had an arrow.
There was a guy named Errol Flynn.
Dodge made a compact car in the late 70s and early 80s called a Plymouth Arrow.
Yes.
There was an animated series in the early 70s called Me and My Arrow.
Some people spell it A-R-R-O-W. I tend to like A-E-R-O, but listen,
so I take it very seriously. That's a priority for them. Not so much a priority that you'll venture an answer.
Did you notice at the beginning? She was very impressed with when she said stress and stretch.
Yeah, well,
she liked that alliteration. And I really think that if she does launch a write-in candidacy for governor, which there could be nothing better, that will fuck everything up on the other side.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. I put a tweet out when
she'll
I saw
have stress and stretch in a commercial. It's going to happen.
No, because she was looking for stretch. But she said stress.
Okay.
And then the alliteration.
Right.
Watch it again. Watch.
Okay.
She's looking to say the word stress, but she says stretch. The human mind does that. Watch. We'll play it. Anyway,
what else?
I wrote a tweet. I said, look, you guys all hate Trump. Fine. What about this dope? This is what you're fighting for, this dope. So let's forget about Trump and all his foibles and all his tweets and forget everything Trump does. You wanted this. And so fuck right off, because I can't listen to you. She's looking to say stress.
Okay.
Watch.
What else are you going to do to fix this problem with inflation?
All right, thank you. Well, let's start with this. Prices have gone up. And families and individuals are dealing with the realities of that bread costs more, that gas costs more. And we have to understand what that means. That's about the cost of living going up. That's about having to stress and stretch limited resources. That's about a source of stress for families that is not only...
That's the point. She doesn't say anything. Now, here's the real question. Why is this attractive? It is so attractive. I'm telling you, this is the problem with women. Women like this shit. Women like, we're talking about nothing forever and nothing ever changes, but we're talking about it. This is a estrogen influx. Woo! There's no other way to describe this, because this fucking never worked in the past. And for some reason, the chicks love it. And you know who loves this? By the way, you know who loves nothing talk the most? Yeah. Black women. Black women love nothing talk. And that's why they vote 92% Democrat, because they're the fucking word salad talkers.
Okay, but honestly, how would you fight the argument, though, that Kamala slays?
Yeah. She's brat, right? Is she brat or is she slang?
Yeah. If that was the David Beckham, Victoria Beckham scene, he would just peek his head in and go, be honest. And then it would just boil down to her just going, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But
by the way, the person asking the question has to go, I didn't ask for a description of what inflation was. I asked about how you are going to eradicate it or fight it or bring it down. Yeah. All right, whatever you got next.
All right, so sad day around Carolla One Digital, but television producer and puppeteer Sid Croft, the co-creator of Land of the Lost and HR Puffin Stuff, has passed away. He was 96 years old. I know he was a good friend of yours.
Yeah, it was a very sweet soul, interesting guy. it started because I used to make fun of Sid and Marty Krofft constantly because they created some of the worst art ever created.
Yeah,
Dawson. Yeah. There's a Sid and Marty Krofft section in 50 Years We'll All Be Chicks, I think, where all I do is attack them. And then Sid, who's a very gentle soul, who started off as a puppeteer, back when that was a job, and was the toast of Paris, and that like opened for Judy Garland and stuff. Like, I mean, look, he's 96, so he's working in the 50s, you know, and even before that. And so he's been there, done that, everyone. And he's just an interesting, eclectic guy. His brother, who he doesn't like, was kind of the businessman douche who was taking all the money. These guys, at some point, were like producing every third show on TV. My argument was Land of the Lost and HR Puffin. It was really... Sigmund and the Sea Monster was probably like the worst TV. Some of the worst art ever created. Yeah. So then I would attack them. And then at some point, Sid got wind of it. And Sid came in to talk about it. And we had a nice conversation. He's a very gentle soul. It didn't change my opinion on my childhood watching their creations. But it shed a little light on the fact that he was this really creative talent. He was a creator. Like, he created all those puppets and all that world. Like, he was more of an artist than he was a comedian or comedic writer. Sure. Like, I didn't think he was like a skilled writer, but he was a great artist, the creative type.
Yeah, it's weird how the scales of justice will go both ways, because you have guys who are very nice and very gentle who make garbage, and you can still look at them as being nice people. And then you have people that are absolute assholes who put out amazing music, movies, comedy, and you can still be able to separate the two. Yes. So this is a stat I wanted you to know. I don't know if you knew this or not. HR Puffin Stuff was the first live-action, life-size puppet program. It defined Saturday morning television for a generation. It debuted September 6, 1969. It ran for 17 episodes, with NBC scheduling it for reruns until 1971 due to its success, which is a weird way to put that. Reruns then ran on ABC off and on from 1971 to 1974. They syndicated this thing from 74 to 78, which means for 9 years, they reran 17 episodes, and that's all they made of an HR Puffin Stuff.
Well, basically, TV back then was like somebody giving you a magazine in prison. It was like whatever magazine they hand Woman's Journal, and you'd read it 9 times and beat off to it twice. Like, you had no choice. I know you want Sports Illustrated. We don't got that. Sure. We got we got Good Housekeeping, and you just you couldn't go anywhere. You were trapped. Yep.
Those were nice words, but here's your F eulogy.
Uh-oh.
I was on the CBS lot last year, and we were walking to the stage where I was shooting my sitcom. Somebody said, "There's Sid and Marty Krofft's office." Then, with a certain amount of pride, one guy said, "Marty's there. Would you like me to introduce you to him?" I said, "No." He said, "Why not? The guy's a legend." I said, "A legendary hack." The guy stopped walking. He was shocked. He said, "Do you know how many shows Sid and Marty Krofft got on the air?" I said, "I know. I watched them all when I was a kid. Far Out Space Nuts, Land of the Lost, Sigmund and the Sea Monsters. Artistically vacant, derivative, hackneyed garbage. Basically a big bowl of styrofoam packing peanuts that came in a brightly colored box with a shitty prize in it." He said, "How can you say that? The guy's a pioneer. He's 85 and still at work every day." I said, "Hard at work doing what? Warming over steaming piles of cat shit like Land of the Lost so that a new generation's IQ can be collectively lowered while this imbecile hammers another check?" Then he said, "Why are you so angry at Sid and Marty Krofft?" I said, "Because idiots like you are trying to turn these guys into deities. They're rich. Isn't that enough? They came around during a time when there was no competition and monopolized Saturday mornings with shows like Sigmund and the Sea Monsters, one of the worst shows, nay, one of the worst creative endeavors ever undertaken. And now they want respect? I'll give you 2 scenarios. One is actually One is they actually thought they were artists and that the shit they were crapping out on every Saturday morning was good, which makes them delusional hacks. Or two, as I suspect, they knew they were providing shit. They knew the checks would clear. They didn't give a fuck, which would make them evil hacks.
We'll miss you soon. I stand by many of those words.
Yeah.
Their work was horrific. But he was a gentle, kind guy who had a wonderful imagination. I went to his house.
Yeah, cooked you dinner,
cooked me dinner. It was awesome. He had a whole big tree house. He lived in the hills. He loved it. So, Sid, you're a gentle soul. You lived a life, man. I mean, the guy's worked for 75 years, and he'll be missed.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got?
Let's do this one real quick because it's a fun video to watch, and I want to get your thoughts on it. Sabrina Carpenter was put on blast by some fans for giving her honest reaction to a Coachella fan that she heard yodeling over her performance at Coachella this weekend. Here's the video.
I think I heard someone yodel. Is that what you're doing? I don't like it.
It's my culture.
That's your culture, is yodeling?
All right, shut up,
we're
bitch.
good here.
I don't give a fuck about your culture.
Yeah, so-
Buy a fucking ticket and shut up and let the bitch play her keyboard.
Yeah.
Did you notice the stage and all this stuff that's on it, like microphones and instruments?
Yeah. Well, she's being called
shut up
Islamophobic because this is called Zaruta. It is a form of celebration where she yells "my culture." The problem is if there was like some Christian dude in the back with like a set of lederhosen on, and then that dude was out there, they'd go, "Hey, shut the fuck up and get to the back of the crowd. Stop interrupting." Don't you notice she's at it? It's not like the crowd. There's a whole band. It's her at a piano having a nice somber moment. Can you just shut your mouth and not be an asshole?
Yes. And also, no one gives a fuck about your culture. Shut up.
Yeah.
Listen, I am so this between Islam and the LGBT or the trans, I've got an impacted ass full of all you. I don't shut the fuck up. I don't need to think about you every 10 minutes. And if you want to be offended, go back to your shithole country and be offended there where you'll be beheaded.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Carolla out. All right. This weekend, Desert Ridge Improv. Rudy's going to be there.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Early show Friday is sold out. We probably should have checked, but we don't. That's the way we roll. But there's tickets to all the other ones. I should talk to someone about checking that online thing, shouldn't I?
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to put this one on you for not having that conversation with people, Adam.
I'm going to remind me to bring that up. You can go to adamcarolla.com for all the live shows. John Crist, you can go John Crist Comedy. Rudy, what's your website?
Yeah, rudypavichcomedy.com.
So, till next time, it's Adam Carolla for Rudy Pavich and John Crist saying mahalo.